All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Toronto Raptors video, man. It's tough right now. 109-97 against the Boston Celtics last night. The Toronto Raptors, they have not won back-to-back games since the first 2 days of November. It has not been a pretty month. Granted, injuries have really just kind of devastated them, especially as of late. Last night, they were without Kem Birch. They were without OG, Chris Boucher, Gary Trent Jr. It's a mess. But regardless, last night, you're down, 3 points heading into the fourth quarter. Jason Tatum had 8 points to finish the game. Jaylen Brown had, 16, 15 points. They just held Steph Curry to 12. They're not horrible. They're not a horrible team. They're 2-7 at home. They're really struggling at home, but man, things need to change. 37.6%. You can't shoot 37.6%. You can't shoot 31% from downtown, just regardless. You have to play better than that. The defense, man, I am so sick of just any opposing team. It doesn't matter what position he's playing. It doesn't matter his height. It doesn't matter his skill set. If any opposing player, when they're playing the Raptors, gets the ball in the paint, you see 3 to 4 Raptor players swarm him, and it leaves at least 2 wide open shooters. Well, eventually, even if you get a team like Boston who's having a horrible shooting night heading into that fourth quarter, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before those start to fall in. And if you're not scoring on the offensive end, if you're not pushing the pace, and if you're not converting offensively, it doesn't even matter how well or how poor Boston is shooting, because eventually 1 3 is going to go in or 2 threes are going to go in, and you're not helping the cause by chipping away trying to take that lead. Frustrating, but welcome back to the channel, guys. If you enjoy, hit the like button, hit that sub button. We post Raptors content at least 4 or 5 times a week, NBA content every single day. What are we? I think 14 subscribers away from 9,000, so thank you guys to all that continued support. If you guys haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it. But like I said, man, 109-97. Let's take a look at some player stats here, because Scotty Barnes. First off, let's see what Jaylen Brown. Yeah, Jaylen Brown, 16 points. Jason Tatum, 2 of 16, and OG Anunoby didn't even play him. The positives, there's positives. I'm not trying to say there's no positives on Toronto, but what I am trying to say is you got to get it going. You have to find a way to get it going. Good teams find ways to win basketball games when it's just not looking in their favor. I think that the Raptors need to stop playing so just reliant. It's just so Pascal Siakam focused. And I understand Pascal is a good player, but dude, it's even last night, 18, 7, and 5 for Pascal. I mean, 8 and 19 from the field, 0 4 from downtown. I'm not saying he's playing bad, and I'm not saying they're better off without him, but man, the Raptors' offense is significantly better when they're playing through Scotty Barnes. It's significantly better. And one issue that I had with Pascal when he came back immediately, I mean, not only did the Raptors get off to, an 0-5 start, 0-4 start, but you really just had Scotty specifically not really touching the ball. For the first couple of games when Siakam came back, Scotty Barnes really was not a vocal point in the offense. You were seeing a bunch of single-digit games. You were seeing 11-point games. Even if he was converting and he was scoring, he just was not a vocal point. OG Anunoby's injury has definitely opened it back up for Scotty, and you'll see it in nights like this where Scotty, not only did he take 9 threes, which we'll talk about in a second, but 21 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. He's literally averaging 22 points against the Boston Celtics in 3 games played. But it's just, when it's running, when Scotty has the ball in his hands more, when he's the one running around, when it's just not Pascal holding the ball, holding onto the ball, getting the ball, and waiting for cutters or waiting to see if he can set himself up, I just think that the Raptors are a lot more efficient. Now, Fred, I really love Fred. Yeah, he has games like 27 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, where you look at him, 5 of 10 from downtown, a very efficient night, 27 points. Freddie did great. But this is, you look at one of these games where it's like, your starting point guard needs to have more than 3 assists. And if he's not, then Scotty Barnes is the one who needs to step up and be like the primary guy. But that, I don't think Nick Nurse would ever just be like, with Fred out on the court and Pascal being, I don't think Nick Nurse at this point in Scotty's career would be like, all right, we're going to run the offense through Scotty. He's going to hold the ball for most of the time. And, we're just going to run it through him. Like, that won't happen, or that wouldn't happen right now. So I look at a game like Fred, and I see that he put up 27 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and I know that he played a good game because I'm like, not only does Freddie always torch the Celtics, but he was playing a good game last night. He just had he's the Raptors closer. I still think he's the Raptors closer, but like, man, the Raptors might need another guard who is just like specifically good at playmaking. The hope and distributing. The hope is Delano Banton can do that, but only 3 minutes for Delano last night. You saw Malachi Flynn get 15. I would imagine it was for a jolt of offense. I would imagine that's what Nick Nurse was going for. I'm a fan of Malachi Flynn. I'm a huge fan of Delano Banton. Who would I rather have play? Obviously, I think if you could find a way to play them both, that would be my best situation, but both of them kind of need the ball in their hand. I would go with Malachi Flynn for a little bit just to kind of see what he can give you in the nights you're struggling on offense. If your team is not having trouble scoring the ball, the Raptors aren't having trouble scoring the ball, I probably deployed more Delano Banton. But if you have a night like tonight again with Toronto where you're just not really shooting the ball well, your team's literally shooting 37% from the field, I would probably go with a guy like Malachi Flynn because, yeah, he can be he's been inefficient, he's been sloppy, he's turned the ball over, he's gone through cold streaks shooting the deep ball, but he's played 1 season in the NBA. And he did a very good job. So I look at Malachi and I'm like 3 and 8 points off the bench. That's kind of the jolt they needed because outside of Malachi, they only got 5 combined points, and that was 3 from Yuta, who had 1 3, shot horribly last night, and then Justin Champagnie, who we haven't really seen much of anyways this year, but like the Raptors last night as we went through, they were just extremely thin, and so they really kind of just really needed a guy like Malachi Flynn to go off on the bench, but 8 points. They were hoping more for like something like 15, something like that. But the Raptors, they're in a tricky spot right now. The good news is they got Memphis. Not saying any disses to Memphis, but it's just a good thing they don't play like the Golden State Warriors or the Los Angeles. Maybe they should want to play the Los Angeles Lakers, but 9 and 12. You're 2 and 7 at home. The home it's been the thorn. If the Raptors were not struggling this badly at home, they'd be 500. They would literally be 500. So you got Memphis coming up, but man, I really want the Raptors to end the month on a high streak because, like I said, they have not won back-to-back games since the first 2-3 days of the month of November, and it's over on Wednesday. So that's it for today, guys. Hit the like button, hit that sub button, drop some comments on the Raptors down below. I love hearing from you guys, and I love hearing your input from just like diehard Raptors fans, from chill Raptors fans, from even non-Raptors fans. I love hearing your guys' input like so much, for real. So hit the like button, hit that sub button. Hope you guys all have a great week, and I'll see you guys later.